Hey, it's Adam from Chico's Cars, and some people are doing very well with the pandemic. I'm not one of those. For those of you who don't know, I'm an event promoter, so I produce events from 1,000 up to 15,000 people per day. I was in the obstacle running business, founded Mud Hero. I run the world's largest 24-hour mountain bike event, and I was building a dynamic automotive festival that I was spending 2.5 years on, and all my plans are on hold indefinitely because of COVID-19. So to give you context, it's basically like I'm unemployed. I'm almost like David Duchovny driving that old Porsche in Californication. I'm between writing jobs, except I know it's going to be a long drought. To give you a little context on the amount of money this is probably costing me, it is definitely a much more exotic car than this pandemic will cost me. So probably a new Ferrari or more, depending on how long this draws out. The nice thing about the event industry, though, is, I have to look at the positives from COVID-19, is that I'm being more frugal with my spending. So I had a brand new 718 GT4. I spec'd it all out: carbon buckets, chalk, black wheels, HID lights, and I even did the leather trim on the interior with the red stitching. And it landed, and I had to basically say, no, it's an unemployed person getting a 718 GT4 brand new is not the best thing to do with my money right now. So what I did, I decided to keep this 6-year-old Porsche Cayman GTS, so it's a 2015. I still think it sounds amazing, it drives amazing. I've got, almost 50,000 kilometers, so I do use it. And now I've actually made this my daily driver. I'm probably not going to drive it in the winter, unless I get winter tires for it, and I haven't decided. I don't think I need to do much driving. I could probably just borrow my wife's SUV for the winter, but I have amalgamated to one car, and maybe what I can get once business starts up again, once I can get my events running again, get some revenue and cash flow coming in, then I'm going to look at purchasing something else. But in the meantime, I actually did a CPO warranty and extended this full warranty on this car for another 2 years. I was right in between whether I needed to do it because it's been a very reliable car. Once my friend told me you should do the CPO warranty and that he would do it, it had me thinking I didn't want him to tell me I told you so. So I basically just went with the CPO warranty for an extra 2 years. And for your interest, it cost around $3,900. I haven't had any real glitches with this car, except sometimes when it's cold and I put it in drive, the PDK transmission sticks in second gear, and it's usually just once, and only when the car is cold. So I don't know if that's a sign of potential challenges that I may have down the road. I am starting to think about what my next car will be, and it's actually changed. I'm not considering the 718 GT4 again. This has been my second Cayman, and I'm kind of thinking I want a 2018 911T as my lowest end car, depending on how business comes back and what my financial situation's like, or a 911 GTS or a 911 GT3. And if I wait a little bit longer and business comes back, I'm also considering just forget that and get a used exotic like a 458 Ferrari, because I've always loved the look of that car. I love how they drive. I've driven them, and I kind of feel like that car is just going to continue to hold value. So when business comes back online and I can save the money up, then I might consider a 458 Italia as my next car, and I might just run this for another 2, 4, 5 years until I can get that car. You've heard stories where people are doing very well during the pandemic, and obviously the stock market's going up, and real estate prices in certain areas, especially real estate's quite hot, but there are a lot of stories about people like myself in the events industry, or all my suppliers. And I'm fortunate because I actually put away some money when I was doing well. So I can get through this, but there's a lot of people not in my situation. People working in the restaurant industry, small business owners for restaurants. The airline industry is getting annihilated. Anybody in tourism, hospitality, anything that's pulling groups of people together are getting absolutely annihilated. And what we're really looking at is we're looking at you know, potentially a 90% economy. A lot of these businesses aren't going to be coming back. And why I mentioned Californication and David Duchovny is I feel very much like him, you know, driving around in a Porsche, but, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm unemployed basically right now. And yet I'm still driving around in a Porsche, and it still looks like I'm doing okay. And I'm surviving, but I'm unemployed. I actually haven't done any videos in almost a year because I've totally run out of access to cars. If you are located in the Toronto region or the Southern Ontario region and you have an interesting car and you don't mind me going out with you and driving it and talking about it, and you'd like to be in our video, or I can cut you out of the video if you don't want to be in it, then please, you know, leave a comment below, and I'd be very excited to basically drive your car, and we'll talk about it and talk about your history with it and that sort of thing. I don't want to do just general car reviews because I think those are played out where we talk about everything, but more how the car feels and how it makes me feel driving it. My next video will be racing my 500 horsepower Subaru with my partner on that car, Jerry, at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, Lucky Dog, this weekend. So I'm very excited about that. Obviously, I'm only gonna, I've got to be more careful on the racing schedule. We were planning on racing the car quite a bit this year, but because of budgetary reasons, we're only doing this one race, but I'll do a video on it. And please remember to subscribe to my channel, Chico's Cars, hit that notification bell, and thank you guys very much for watching.